Mamá, papá, mi cuerpo crece a un ritmo alarmante y la ropa que me compren ahora me quedará muy pequeña muy pronto. Pero su billetera no tiene que sufrir por la moda con los precios bajos de la vuelta a clases de Amazon. Amazon, gasta menos, sonríe más.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Welcome back to our Sunday bonus episode, where I share an article with you from a different podcast in our network to keep your life nice and optimized. Today's episode is coming from our relationships podcast. You guessed it, Optimal Relationships Daily. You can find that show wherever you're listening to this. And please do follow or subscribe to the show to get new episodes every day. And with that, here's Greg with the post and commentary as we optimize your life.
How to Build a Circle of Support for Your Life by Ellen Bergen of ifitbringsYoujoy.com. Support. As we travel down the road of life, at times we all need support. Have you thought about who provides support for you at various times in your life? That person who listens judgment-free, reminds you of your strengths, or cheers you on. That person might be different people, depending on what type of support you need. On the flip side, who fans the flames of your fear, or maybe even sparks new fear for you? We all have them in our lives. Most often, they don't purposely try to crush our dreams and keep us from achieving your goals, but they do. And then there's you. Are you a good support buddy when someone needs encouragement or a listening ear? At times, do you start a slow leak in someone's dream? How do you treat yourself? Can you sometimes support yourself, or do you let your inner critic fan your fear? We're all human, so don't worry if you are sometimes that person who fans flames of someone's fear. Awareness. Awareness of the fact that people need a circle of support, coupled with the fact that people, most often innocently, may fan your fear, is an important first step. Once you become aware, you can begin making choices to build your circle of people who support you, know with whom to not discuss certain topics, learn to support yourself sometimes. People need people for support. However, no one person can be your support buddy 100% of the time. That's why having lots of people in your circle of support is invaluable. Building supportive people in your life. Supportive people might be friends, a partner, family members, or colleagues. In other circumstances, it can be a person who you don't know very well, but they have experience with what you're going through or want to do. Supportive people are who you talk to when you need help sorting things out in your head, need to vent and get something off your chest, need help knowing what steps to take for your goals or dreams. When I need encouragement, I have a couple go-to friends who I know I can count on to give me the support I need. They encourage me by reminding me of all the good things I have going for myself, including my strengths and valuable experience. When I need to vent, I have a couple of go-to friends who I know will listen, not judge, and then help me get back on my way to solving the issue rather than wallowing in the problem. When I'm sad, happy, scared, about to take a big risk, trying to figure out my next step, and just about any other life experience, I have certain people in my life that I can go to for support and even accountability. A circle of support can also include people who are paid. Accountants, lawyers, and life coaches are some examples. These people can help you accomplish your goals and dreams more quickly and with more quality. Having a large circle of support will help you achieve your dreams. The foundation of support is critical, especially when you want to take a big risk to propel your life forward. If you need to grow your circle, think about the type of person who would fit well. How could you get to know that person better? A few ideas are: smile and say hello as you pass them in the hallway. Ask them out for a cup of coffee or glass of wine. Invite them to join you to an event, such as a book group, fundraiser, or party where there will be mutual acquaintances. Oh, would that be too hard? Well, I challenge you to take a risk and open the lines of communication with just one person. Recognizing the fear junkies in your life. Opposite of people who support you are the people who are not so helpful. People who instill fear in you every time you are thinking about taking a step toward your happiness or dreams. My mentor, Rhonda Britton of the Fearless Living Institute, coined these people fear junkies, and I think that term is quite precise. Even little comments like, "Why would you do that?" or "You should do this, not that," can make you hesitate to take a step you know is right for you. Do you need to clean out the fear junkies in your life? Absolutely not. Well, at least not most of them. Fear junkies can also be part of your circle of support. People are human, and being perfect in all situations is not humanly possible. So at times, the person who is your best support buddy might also show up as a fear junkie in another area of life. Therefore, it's best to know the topics to avoid with these people, so you avoid giving them the opportunity to hold you back. When to reevaluate your friends. The type of fear junkies that Rhonda Britton calls rivalries in disguise are people who purposely try to cause you harm and hold you back. Rivalries don't want you to succeed and purposely say and do things to make you fail, or at minimum, instill enough fear to make your inner critic take over and stop forward movement in your life. Sometimes, you've just outgrown a friend. You've gone in different directions and their presence in your life has grown more toxic than anything. Takeaway. Think about the people in your pool of life. Some of these people will float to the top as either part of your circle of support or as fear junkies. Being aware of these people will help you as you navigate the road of life. As a human, at times you will need support from other people. Having a good circle of support will bring ease to your life. Identifying the fear junkies in your life is equally important. Fear junkies in one area of your life can also be part of your circle of support in other areas. Be aware of topics to avoid with these people and love them for being part of your circle of support. Finally, know whose circle of support you are on, and also when you show up as a fear junkie. There's great joy not only in having a large circle of support, but also in being in someone else's circle of support. You just listened to the post titled, "How to Build a Circle of Support for Your Life" by Ellen Bergen of ifitbringsyoujoy.com.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Does this sound familiar? You're in line at checkout, cart full of items, your toddler is screaming for a treat, and you left your wallet in the car. Or was it at home? No need to panic. With your iPhone in hand, you can tap to pay using Apple Card with Apple Pay. And you'll earn 2% daily cash back when you do. So if your credit card isn't Apple Card, maybe it should be. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. When you visit the doctor, you probably hand over your insurance, your ID, and contact details. It's just one of the many places that has your personal info. And if any of them accidentally expose it, you could be at risk for identity theft. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second. If you become a victim, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
And what I loved about this episode was how it offered several different ways in which we can see and understand our friends better. We often forget to do this, but yes, designating certain tasks, if you will, to our friends based on their strengths and weaknesses is a really great practice for us that helps us maximize our relationships with them. Some friends are best for listening, while others are best for taking us out when we've had a tough time, and others we know we can call when we're in an emergency. Of course, there's also crossover, which is a wonderful thing, but as we recognize how our friends are different, we can lean on those differences to create better relationships with them and with ourselves. And surely this also allows us to be more patient with those who, in certain situations, are more apt to instilling fear in us, as Ellen mentioned. By seeing them to be more well-rounded and understanding that they bring fear in some situations, yet inspiration in others, we can appreciate their whole personalities and bond with them most in the ways that we are most aligned with them. So a big thanks to Ellen for a great read that helps us to see our friends differently and for the better. I am out of here for today, though, friends. I appreciate you all coming, and I hope you had some great takeaways from this episode. I will be back with you tomorrow with another wonderful post, this time about the value of rituals. I hope to see you all there, where your optimal life awaits.